G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing my tips for round 22 of the season. We'll have a quick look at round 21 and definitely have to because I got 9 out of 9 for the third time this season. I reckon the best I've ever done in a season gone past would be 2 9s, maybe if I'm lucky. So to get 3 with a couple of rounds to go, pretty stoked with that. Average of around 7. Most crew got 8. But yeah, look, I'll take that. Brings me back into some reasonable respectability there. But we've got Macca 0303 on top with Zaki 2323, absolutely battling it out. Hardly anything in that. So that'll be where all the action is happening towards the end of the season. Probably not so much myself with 127, with a fair bit to make up. Not discounting what the top of the table already have. Anyway, all good. It's just about finishing the season off well. Let's have a look at Thursday Night Football, and what a clash we have here. We've got Hawthorn at the MCG, home game for them, hosting the Pies. The Hawks went down to the Crows. Pretty gallant performance, 14 points in the end to the tune of the Crows. And the Pies went down to the Lions, 27 points. That was the final margin there. Hawthorn, without Will Day, is going to sting a fair bit. And, yeah, their season's right on the line, so they'll be throwing the kitchen sink at Collingwood. So it's a danger game for the Pies, no doubt about that. They absolutely eclipsed them earlier in the season, playing like Harlem Globetrotters style of footy. Pies have lost 3 of their last 4, but pretty similar playbook to what they did in 2023. I'm sure they'll bring back Howe, and I'm sure Frampton will be back, and Tagoe and Bobby Hill will be back in a bit more of a full game perspective. So I'll go the Pies, although it's going to be incredibly close. Not 85 points, I'll go 8 points for the Pies. I think, yeah, it's going to go right down the wire. Hawthorn are going to throw absolutely everything at them, because if they lose, yeah, they're probably, their season is just about done and dusted if they lose. So, yeah, quite high stakes, that's for sure. Friday night game, Geelong at GMHBA Stadium hosting the Bombers. The Cats, big winners over Port Adelaide, 88-point winners there. Bombers pretty gutsy against the Swans, 14-point game in the end there, and the Swans getting the win at their home deck. I don't know how Essendon got so many Friday night games, but they have, and subsequently Geelong benefiting here. I think, yeah, Geelong will win relatively comfortably here, considering Essendon's injury list. Geelong's form's been pretty good. So, yeah, expect the Cats to probably be sluggish at times, but kind of like the Port Adelaide game, get the job done after the boredom creeps out somehow. Let's have a look at the Saturday games. We've got Richmond at the MCG. They are hosting the Saints. The Tigers, they were pretty disappointing against the Suns. Only managed 2 goals for the game. The Saints it was a bit of an arm wrestle, as you'd expect with Ross the Boss. It was a 9-point win for the Saints to cap off another win, so they've won a couple in a row. I'd have to go St Kilda to get the job done. Surely they're more advanced than the Tigers. Surely they'll be able to get the job done. Just the better team will win there. Should win. They did lose to West Coast, but some interesting circumstances around that. All right, at the Gabba, we've got Brisbane and the Sydney Swans here. Brisbane had pretty comfortable win over the Pies in the end. It was 27 points. Won 4 of their last 5, looking pretty menacing. And they will face the Swans, who they've won 4 of their last 5 as well. They've been in good touch of late. The Giants touched them up, though, a couple of weeks back. I won't be tipping the Swans here. I think Brisbane will win very well. They're the home deck. Swans are challenging. The top 9 and the bottom 9, just not best friends this year. I think it's 34-1 from the 35 games, and that's possibly changed when I heard that stat late over the weekend. And then we've got Carlton hosting the Gold Coast Suns. This one will be Saturday night. The Blue Baggers have lost 4 of their last 5. They went down to the Dockers after having a pretty good start, but like their season, have not been able to go on with it in the third and the fourth quarters. First and second term has been fine. If you stop the game at half time, Carlton probably looking pretty good on the ladder, but not to be. Suns won 4 of the last 5. Massive, massive win over the Tigers. Gold Coast have been better away from home. Carlton, yeah, on struggle street. I think, yeah, they'll win well, the Suns. Over to the Adelaide Oval, we've got Port Adelaide up against Fremantle here, and yeah, a little bit of love for Port Adelaide. Unfortunately, they went down to the Cats by 88 points from the Port perspective. Then we have a look at the Dockers landscape, and they have won 10 of their last 11. They've been in incredible form. Blues challenged them for the first half. They were able to flex their muscle in the second half and ultimately come out winners. I think they'll win reasonably well over there at Adelaide Oval, considering Port's form and what's on the line for the Dockers. Now we look at the Sunday games. We've got a GWS and North Melbourne. The Giants, well, they were very... I think it was another 88-point loss on the Giants page. Not very good. And North Melbourne, they had a fair old crack over the Saints, but just weren't able to find the way to get to the 4 points. Giants comfortably at home. Then we have a bit of a look at the Eagles, and this crossover is absolutely terrible. I don't know how they've stuffed this up. We got West Coast and Adelaide. This one will be at Optus Stadium. The Eagles just won the one game for the season, and they were very disappointing. I think it was probably 87 points as well. So there's been a couple of 80-plus point thrashings, very close to the 90-point mark as we get towards the latter stage of the season. The Crows were able to get the 4 points over the Hawks, 2-goal win for them, which was really good. Adelaide for me. Then we have a look at the MCG. We've got Melbourne and the Bulldogs. Melbourne have given the Dogs a good run for their money in the past, and the Western Bulldogs had a ripping win over the GWS Giants, not the Gold Coast Suns. I think, the Dogs looking very menacing up forward, very promising. Have to go to the burger there. And I think, they'll be able to, outmuscle the Ds in the contest, and I think they'll be too good. So I'm not seeing too many upsets for round 22, but you just never quite know. There's going to be a couple of teams throwing the kitchen sink, and if you're a little bit off and you don't bring 100% effort, you could be made to look pretty silly in this competition. All right, let's have a look. So I've gone Collingwood by 8 points. Geelong to win. St Kilda, Brisbane. Then we're going Gold Coast, Fremantle, GWS, Adelaide, and the Western Bulldogs. I don't see too many upsets this week. I'd take another 9 out of 9, but it'll be very interesting indeed to see how it all pans out. All right, that's all from me, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know who you think's going to win for round 22. Any upsets in mind? Shout out in the comments there. Always interested to hear your thoughts there. Give the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe away so you can see how I'm going each and every week as we get close to the end of the home and away season. Finals just around the corner. You can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be an absolute ripper. Subscribe, as I mentioned. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for watching on, and I'll catch you on the next video.